So if you go on YouTube, bro, there's this big thing about a bunch of dudes that are probably in like their 20s or like early 20s, late teens, that basically come on camera and LARP as if they are incels, bro. And I just gotta say that this has to just be the most lame trend ever. At least, on the internet, it used to be like you try to look cool and stuff like that. But now it's just like, yeah, let me LARP as someone who's a straight loser who gets no buns, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. And it's so crazy because I know a lot of y'all probably gonna lump me in with these, incel larpers or whatever the case may be. But if you actually look at my channel, just look at the story times that I be posting, bro. All my story times is real. If I was faking story times, I would have so much more content to bring y'all, bro. But I genuinely don't. All my story times is real. You can't sit here and say I'm LARPing as an incel when I'm telling you the experience that I've been through with women. Have I had my struggles? Yes. But at the same time, listen, I'm not no nigga that struggle. I'm sorry, bro. That's what it is. I'm a handsome individual, bro. It is what it is, right? Now, do I have my things that I've been through? Yeah, that's really all I talk about. Because this is the thing. I don't LARP, bro. When I come on here and I say, look, this is what I learned from growing up being ugly, right? I really did get called ugly back then, but I came up, bro. I ain't that no more, right? When I come on here and I say dating is cooked, yes, I understand that dating is cooked from a very broad and general perspective, but at the same time, I'm not, look, I got a girl, you know what I'm saying? I got a girl, even before I had a girl, I was doing fine, bro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make that struggle. And the problem is that there are guys that actually do struggle with that, right? And the thing about it is my channel kind of aims to show you that you don't have to be so like angry about it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be so angry about it. You don't have to take life so serious and shit. Right, that's why on my channel, I really, like, yes, I talk about real shit. I talk about the job market, the economy. I talk about real shit that really matters. But at the end of the day, bro, I just hope to entertain people so that way your life don't have to be so just glum and shit like that, bro. Right, and that's what a lot of these incel larpers on YouTube is. That's all they do. That's all they do. Oh man, woe is me. I can't get a girl. Oh, woe is me. This and that. And it's like, man, this shit is actually fucking weak. This shit is actually whack. But it just goes to show you the state of what Gen Z is at today, right? A lot of young Gen Z men are just not doing very well. You know what I'm saying? And it's not all their fault, right? Like I said, like the economy is cooked, that rise of AI, bro. All this shit is completely cooked, bro. And so when everything is cooked, when the older generation is not able to relate to you, where else do you have to turn, right? Obviously, YouTube is one of the easiest places to turn because you can find people that share your same experiences. But what happens when people start to weaponize that and use that as a grifting method, right? Instead of sitting here and listening to someone that you actually relate to, you have a nigga that's like 6'5", who's a Chad, who's sitting here telling you like, yeah, I'm going through this shit too, man. They need to cook too, man. Oh man, I'm going through this shit too, bro. I'm right with you. Oh man, but whole time, bro, he don't even share the same issues that you share. He don't even go through the same struggles. It's almost like a slap in the face because it's like, man, you going through all this shit when whole time, bro, this nigga just basically making fun of you. He's pretending to live your lifestyle and using it as like as a joke. You feel me? Now, at the end of the day, is this really all that important? No. But again, it just goes to show you how like gullible people can be, right? And how like when it comes to the internet, you can't really trust nobody, bro. You can't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know the nigga behind the screen. And I feel like as a generation, we put way too much trust in people behind screens. And that's kind of crazy coming from me who, makes a living making content and shit like that. But at the same time, bro, you cannot trust people that sit behind the screen all day, bro. You never really know what's going on. Remember, bro, there's been so many content creators that have got exposed for some bullshit, bro. You never really know, dog. So never put your faith 100% in somebody that you do not know and does not have your best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, YouTube is a platform for people to make money. It's a platform for people to make money. People don't really relate to you. People don't really relate to you. They don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like they really don't. See, and not even, look, maybe you able to relate to some shit that I've been through in my life, right? Because this is my process, right? When I wake up in the morning, what do? I say, what do I feel like talking about on YouTube today? And if I feel like talking about it, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna be over here, oh, what's the hot topics? Bro, I don't give a fuck about what the hot topic is. If I feel like talking about some shit, that's what I'm gonna talk about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit up here and, oh, how can I capitalize on these niggas? Like, man, fuck all that, man. I'm finna just talk about whatever I feel like talking about. That's why this video is kind of all over the place. I don't have no script, no nothing, nigga. I ain't got no, everything is one take. You feel me? But the reason why I'm telling y'all this, man, is because the rise of like, I guess you can call it like black pill or like incel culture. It's just very telling about where a lot of, especially young men, but maybe some women out there too. But it just shows you where our mindset is, right? And it all kind of started with, or not started with, but if you look at looksmaxing, the reason why looksmaxing became popular is because right now more than ever, right? Because dating is in such a weird space in general, people are becoming more competitive, right? Guys are thinking, okay, what do I have to do to get the advantage, the leg up? And the dating has become a competitive sport. It's no longer something that you can just enjoy. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy dating. You can't enjoy it anymore because it's all about competition. Oh yeah, I'm a PSL. I'm a PSL. Am I mogging? Am I mogging? Am I mogging? And it's like, dude, this shit is literally, it's bad for you, bro. I don't know how else to put it. It's bad for you. When you're constantly in comparison with other people, and when you're constantly critiquing yourself on such a level, and especially about things that, you can't really control, right? There are definitely things you can control about your looks, but when you worried about it that much to where you literally are like focusing on other dudes so much, oh my gosh, am I mogging? It becomes less about, like, the whole point gets lost, right? I look at clavicular and stuff like that, right? The whole point of it gets lost, right? The point of upgrading your looks is to what? Get women, right? Or if you're a woman, the point of upgrading your looks is to what? Get men, right? But when you get so caught up in like the specifics and the details, and you're so caught up in the competitiveness of it, you lose the whole plot. It's no longer about, oh, I want to be more successful at dating. It becomes more about, oh, I want to be the best at this. I want to be the best looking I possibly can, and I'll do anything to achieve it. Whole time you're literally throwing away the fact that this whole thing is supposed to be to attract the opposite gender, right? That's why I remember on my main channel, I reacted to this one, what was his name? I feel like it started with a J. It was a looks maxer that went so far, bro. He got all these surgeries and stuff like that. And then he went out and he tried to pick up girls cold approach in game. And he failed miserably. Even though he was like, I guess on a looks maxing scale, he was like really great looking guy, whatever. But he couldn't do shit out in public because the point is, like he lost the plot. He lost the plot. He didn't know how to talk to girls, and he looked weird. I'll just be honest. He looked weird, right? Because when you conform to all these standards, oh, I have to have this. I got to get this surgery, that surgery. Bro, you forget that women like guys that look like men, bro. Like, you don't have to be like this perfect square jawline, whoop-de-whoop, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. And the mindset that it comes with is just so loserish. Like, oh my gosh, I don't look good enough. Oh my gosh, I'm getting mugged. Like, you just put yourself in a losing mindset, bro. Right, and then you go from looks maxing to like the whole like then you just got like this black pill shit, this incel shit, right? And I think the black pill is definitely, it can definitely be true for other areas, maybe, right? Like if we're talking about like the economy and the job market, mainly because that's something that anyone can see, right? I be talking about that shit all the time, but you could clearly see that shit. But when it come to being an incel, right, in the true sense of the word, when it come to just being a loser and shit like that, Gen Z has adapted that mindset, right? And again, not to say that it's all your fault, but it's like, where did it go to where it's like, I'm going to achieve everything I want? We've literally gotten to the point to where if anyone has confidence in themselves, it's deemed as arrogance, and it's deemed as, oh, like, who are you? I guarantee you the first comment, and I guarantee it because we're already at 9 minutes into the video, so they ain't even gonna hear me say this shit. But I guarantee you the first comment under this video is going to be some hate comment about, oh, you this and this and that, whatever, right? Because the first thing that people do is they love to hate, you know what I mean? Everything is all toxicity these days. And the reason why everything is so hateful and toxic these days is because people are more insecure than ever, right? People feel more loserish than ever, right? People are struggling more than ever. And you got to understand that that struggle also comes with a crabs in a barrel mentality. I said that right? Crabs in a barrel, right? Because they don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you do well. That's why this generation, bro, it's very difficult to make friends these days because people don't really want to see you do good, bro. People only fuck with you when you hate yourself and you want to just go ahead and just, boom your shit smooth off. like I genuinely, bro, because I could sit up here, I can make a video, like I can make a negative video about myself, right? And I made videos talking about like the struggles and shit that I go through, right? But again, that's not me LARPing, my nigga. That's just, if I talk about some shit that may seem depressing, first of all, I ain't depressed at all, bro. All right. But we all have negative thoughts sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So if I have a negatively titled video, you know what I'm saying, and I'm feeling down and I make that video, I'm not LARPing. That's genuinely what the fuck I'm going through right now, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But if I post a negative video, it's gonna get more clicks than, like, if I sit up here and I post a video titled like my experience having a micro dick, you know what I'm saying? My experience having a micro penis. A bunch of people are gonna like that video, they're gonna click it, right? But if I post a video talking about like my experiences, you know, banging like a bunch of, actually, no, that's still, I mean, my point is, bro, negative titles is always gonna do better, right? And that's literally, ask any content creator, right? And the reason why is because people only fuck with you when you don't like yourself, at least in this generation. And that goes beyond content creation. That was just an example, right? Your friends, your homies, look to your left and look to your right. And I'm not saying all of them, but your friends, your homies, you gotta watch out, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, a lot of them wanna see you fail. A lot of people wanna see you fall. They do. And it's not because they just hate you that much. It's because they are in a position to where they cannot succeed. And so they don't want you to succeed either. You feel me? So anyway, man, I don't know. This is just a rant. You know what I mean? It's just been a lot of people getting exposed on the internet for like LARPing and shit like that. And I just had to come on here and say my piece, and I had to low-key, like, no one has ever come at me for LARPing and no shit like that, bro. I just don't want to be lumped in with that shit, man, because everything I talk about is it's a real thought that I had. Ain't no scripts, ain't no AI, none of that shit, bro. I literally wake up, what do I feel like talking about? And that's what I'm finna talk about. And I mean, and my thing is like, bro, I ain't never claimed to be no incel. I ain't never claimed to be like, oh yeah, I'm not a attractive looking guy, right? Maybe in the past, I've dealt with that. Maybe in the past. But now, nah, bro. Nah, bro. I'm always gonna preach confidence. I'm always gonna preach, you know, I'm always gonna just let y'all know, man, what it really is. At the end of the day, I don't even know what the category of my channel is. I'm just a real nigga talking real shit. And that's all I got. I'm out.